Chosen one, a Saturday surprise for you, something amazing. You may have been feeling a shift building in your life without fully knowing where it's leading or how it's unfolding, but your spirit has felt it rising. There's an atmosphere around you right now, a stirring, a quiet inner brightness that keeps pulling your attention inward. It feels like something is preparing itself behind the scenes, something subtle yet intentional, something hidden yet undeniably present. This message comes to you in perfect timing because Saturdays carry a unique energetic frequency. They are transitional spaces, symbolic thresholds between endings and beginnings. And what is aligning for you in this symbolic window is nothing short of extraordinary. Chosen one, before we go deeper, stay with this message until the end. And write your warmest wishes and 144 in the comments to anchor the energy, to affirm alignment, and to open yourself to what the universe is preparing. Let this intention be written once, right here. Now we return fully to the message. Now, chosen one, press the hype button, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's start. Chosen one, the Saturday surprise that is forming around you is not merely an external event. It is an inner unfolding, a revelation, a shift in frequency that opens the door for something amazing to manifest in your life. It is the kind of shift that begins quietly, like a whisper inside your soul, before it becomes a reality that you can see, feel, and touch. This surprise is not arriving from chance. It is arriving because your energy has reached a new level of readiness. You have been growing, strengthening, healing, detaching, realigning, awakening. And when your inner world shifts, your outer world begins to respond. You may not realize how much you've changed lately. You may not recognize the quiet strength that has grown inside you. You may not see how different your energy feels compared to the person you were months or even weeks ago. But the universe sees it. Your spirit feels it. The shift within you is unmistakable, and Saturday becomes the symbolic doorway for this shift to take form. Chosen one, Saturday often represents a pause, a moment between the demands of the week and the possibilities of the week ahead. It's a space of transition, restoration, preparation. And what is coming toward you is something that aligns perfectly with this energy. It may come as a realization. It may come as clarity. It may come as a new opportunity. It may come as a sudden internal shift. It may come as peace you finally feel in a place where turmoil once lived. But however it arrives, it carries the energy of something amazing, something that elevates you, strengthens you, and aligns you with your next season. As this shift approaches, you may find yourself thinking differently. You may feel more introspective, more aware, more emotionally open. You may find your intuition becoming louder, more confident, more undeniable. These feelings are not random. They are signs of alignment. They are the warm-up to the surprise that is preparing to unfold within you. Your inner being is adjusting itself to a higher frequency, preparing your emotional and spiritual space to receive something that your old self would not have known how to handle. Chosen one, a Saturday surprise does not mean that something appears out of nowhere in a dramatic way. Sometimes the most amazing shifts are internal. A sudden clarity, a release of fear, a breakthrough in thought, a gentle realization that changes everything. Sometimes the surprise is the way your heart opens in places you once kept guarded. Sometimes the surprise is the peace that replaces anxiety. Sometimes the surprise is the strength that rises within you after a long period of exhaustion. Sometimes the surprise is the readiness you finally feel to step into a new chapter. And make no mistake, you are entering a new chapter. The person you have been is not the person you are becoming. The energy you have carried is not the energy you will embody. The path behind you has taught you enough. The path ahead, it is calling you forward. This Saturday surprise is symbolic of an awakening, a moment when something clicks inside your spirit, when something aligns, when something settles, when something becomes clear. Chosen one, you may feel yourself becoming more grounded, more centered, more emotionally steady as this shift approaches. The inner storms you once navigated may begin to calm. The confusion you once felt may begin to clear. The heaviness you carried may begin to lift. You may find yourself breathing differently, thinking differently, perceiving differently. This is the sign of a new frequency entering your life. This is the beginning of something amazing moving toward you. There is a certain glow around you right now, a quiet transformation happening behind your thoughts, beneath your emotions, within your energy. You are stepping into a version of yourself that can receive more, create more, hold more, and sustain more. This version of you is stronger than the one who struggled. This version of you is wiser than the one who doubted. This version of you is more aligned than the one who hesitated. And this version of you is ready. Chosen one, the universe never delivers without preparation. You have been prepared, not by ease, but by endurance. Not by comfort, but by clarity. Not by shortcuts, but by growth. Every lesson shaped you. Every setback matured you. Every experience softened you into wisdom. And now, what you are stepping into is a symbolic confirmation of that growth. The Saturday surprise is not about the date. It is about the frequency. It is about the shift. It is about the awakening. It is about the moment your inner world rises enough for your outer world to respond. Something amazing is aligning for you because you have aligned with yourself. Something amazing is moving toward you because you have moved toward clarity. Something amazing is preparing to enter your life because you have prepared your spirit to receive it. Chosen one, your energy is changing. Your intuition is guiding. Your awareness is sharpening. Your spirit is rising. This is the beginning of something amazing, something you will feel before you see, something you will recognize before you understand, something you will grow into before you fully receive. Stay present, stay aware, stay open, because chosen one, your Saturday surprise, is not just coming. It has already begun within you. Chosen one, as this Saturday energy continues drawing closer to your spirit, you may begin noticing subtle shifts within yourself that feel strangely significant. These are not dramatic changes, yet they hold a kind of quiet importance, a softness in your thoughts, a sense of relief where there was previously tension, or a feeling of clarity where confusion once clouded your vision. These changes are not small. They are the early signs that something aligned, something meaningful, something amazing is beginning to awaken inside you. The Saturday surprise is not just about receiving, it is about realizing. You may find that your intuition becomes louder during this symbolic window. Thoughts may arise that feel like guidance rather than noise. Insights may surface that feel purposeful rather than random. You may begin seeing connections where before you only saw chaos. This rise in intuition is the internal preparation for what is forming. Your spirit is tuning itself to the frequency of opportunity, clarity, and alignment. You are beginning to sense the shift before you fully step into it. Chosen one, part of this Saturday surprise is the way your emotional landscape begins transforming. You may begin to notice that negative emotions release more easily. You may feel less reactive to stress. You may find yourself breathing more deeply, not because you remind yourself to, but because your body feels safe enough to relax. This emotional shift is one of the earliest signs of spiritual elevation. Peace becomes easier. Clarity becomes natural. Alignment becomes instinctive. You may also experience a quiet pull toward reflection, not the heavy kind that brings sadness, but a gentle reflection that brings understanding. You may suddenly see your past with more compassion. You may understand why certain things happened the way they did. You may begin to feel gratitude for experiences that once felt painful. This shift in perception is a gift. It frees you from emotional heaviness and makes room for something amazing to enter your life. Chosen one, the Saturday surprise, is also connected to timing. Certain moments carry energetic openings, and the energy surrounding this message is an opening, like a window that allows insight, healing, and alignment to flow in more easily. You may feel more receptive, more connected, more synchronized with your inner being. This receptivity is not accidental. It is the universe aligning you with the internal conditions needed for an awakening. As this energy flows through you, you may begin to see your future differently. Not in a vague, distant way, but in a clearer, more grounded way. You may begin to imagine possibilities without immediately shutting them down. You may feel capable of more. You may feel ready for change. You may feel open to opportunity. This shift is one of the most important signs of evolution. Your mind is stepping out of limitation and into expansion. Chosen one, you may also begin noticing unexpected moments of lightness. A laugh that feels genuine. A breath that feels freeing. A moment of stillness that feels peaceful. A thought that feels hopeful. These are not coincidences. They are emotional indicators of a rising frequency. Anytime your frequency rises, a new chapter begins. And this is exactly what is happening within you. A gentle rise, a subtle elevation, a quiet ascension. This Saturday surprise may also reveal itself through moments of clarity about what no longer belongs in your life. You may begin to detach emotionally from past disappointments. You may feel a soft but firm release from what once held you back. You may begin to withdraw from energies that once drained you. This release is not bitterness. It is alignment. You are creating space for something more meaningful. Chosen one, you may find yourself drawn toward things that nourish your spirit. Music that lifts you, words that resonate, thoughts that inspire, environments that feel peaceful, people who feel genuine. This shift in attraction is a sign that your spirit is aligning with what it needs, not just what it's used to. You are being drawn toward what strengthens you. Another aspect of this Saturday surprise is the rise of confidence, a quiet, stable, unbothered confidence that is not arrogance, but awareness. You may begin to trust your decisions more. You may stop second-guessing yourself. You may stop apologizing for your boundaries. This inner confidence is the foundation for any amazing shift that enters your life. When you trust yourself, you become magnetic to alignment. Chosen one, you may also notice that your environment begins to bother you in new ways, not because something is wrong, but because you are growing. Clutter may irritate you. Disorganization may distract you. Chaos may drain you more quickly. This is because your inner world is craving alignment, and your outer world is responding. You are being pulled toward order, clarity, and stability, because your spirit is preparing for elevation. This Saturday surprise may come as a realization about your purpose. You may feel a sudden pull towards something you once ignored. You may feel clarity about a path you once hesitated to walk. You may feel a release of fear around something that once intimidated you. Purpose becomes clearer when the mind becomes quieter, and your mind is beginning to quiet. Chosen one, the universe is not preparing you for a random event. It is preparing you for a moment of inner transformation that becomes the gateway for outer transformation. The amazing part is not what happens to you. It is what awakens within you. This awakening makes you receptive. It makes you aligned. It makes you open to opportunities your old identity would have rejected. You are stepping into a space where life begins to feel different, softer, clearer, more meaningful. This shift is not temporary. It is the beginning of a new internal chapter. And your Saturday surprise is the moment you realize that you are no longer the same. Something in you has elevated. Something in you has awakened. Something in you has aligned. Your spirit is preparing for what your mind cannot yet see. Your intuition is guiding you toward a new frequency. Your energy is rising to match what is coming. Chosen one, something amazing is unfolding. And it is unfolding within you first. Chosen one, as the Saturday energy continues to settle around your spirit, the transformation within you becomes even more noticeable. You may begin to sense that something is shifting in the way you interpret your own emotions. What once felt heavy now feels easier to hold. What once felt overwhelming now feels manageable. What once stirred anxiety now brings understanding. This softening is not weakness. It is strength. It is the quiet strength that forms when a person finally begins aligning with themselves. And this alignment is part of your Saturday awakening. You may begin to notice a heightened sensitivity to your environment, not in a fragile way, but in an intuitive way. You sense energies more clearly. You read intentions without needing explanations. You feel the difference between what nourishes you and what drains you. This rising sensitivity is not random. It is part of your spiritual intelligence awakening. It allows you to move more consciously, more intentionally, and more confidently through the world around you. Chosen one of the most profound signs of this Saturday surprise is the shift happening in your inner dialogue. You may notice that your thoughts are becoming kinder, more encouraging, more compassionate toward yourself. Where once your mind was critical, now it becomes supportive. Where once your inner voice doubted, now it reassures. Where once fear spoke loudly, now clarity speaks louder. This shift is not small. It is a sign that your subconscious is beginning to align with your growth. You may also find yourself letting go of old stories that once shaped your identity. Narratives you carried for years may begin to feel irrelevant or untrue. You may start to question why you ever believed certain limits. You may feel yourself rewriting the way you see your past, your capabilities, and your future. This rewriting is part of your awakening. The moment you stop living through the lens of who you were and begin living through the lens of who you are becoming. Chosen one, as this awakening strengthens, your relationship with time may feel different. You may no longer feel rushed. You may no longer feel behind. You may begin moving through your days with more calmness and awareness. Instead of racing, you begin pacing. Instead of forcing, you begin flowing. This shift in your rhythm is not laziness, it is alignment. Your spirit is synchronizing itself with a timeline that feels natural rather than pressured. You may also feel a deepening sense of trust in your future, trust in your choices, trust in your path. You may feel that something is guiding you gently, something is supporting you quietly, something is aligning for you intentionally. This trust is the foundation for every blessing that is preparing to enter your life. Trust transforms fear into clarity and doubt into direction. And right now, this trust is becoming a natural part of your spirit. Chosen one, during this inner elevation, you may start noticing a detox happening within your emotions. Old frustration may rise briefly before it dissolves. Memories may surface, not to haunt you, but to leave you. Pain may feel lighter, because your heart is finally ready to release it. This emotional clearing is essential. The Saturday awakening cannot settle into a heart that is still carrying unprocessed heaviness. The universe is making room within you for something amazing. There may also be moments of unexpected inspiration, a sudden idea, a creative spark, a moment of motivation that feels like it came from nowhere. This inspiration is not accidental. It is guidance. It is a sign that your spirit is connecting with possibilities that match your elevated frequency. Creativity often awakens right before a new chapter begins, because your spirit senses what your mind has not yet discovered. Chosen one, as the Saturday energy unfolds within you, you may feel more drawn to gratitude. Not the forced kind, but a natural gratitude that rises without trying. You may find yourself appreciating small things more deeply. You may feel thankful for moments you would have once overlooked. Gratitude is a powerful indicator of alignment. It signals that your spirit is harmonizing with the present moment, allowing you to receive more fully. You may also experience a shift in your sense of identity, not in a dramatic way, but in a subtle, quiet strengthening of who you are. You begin to feel more authentic. You begin to show up more honestly. You begin to speak more boldly. You begin to trust your intuition more deeply. Identity evolution is the heart of this Saturday awakening. You cannot step into something amazing while holding on to an outdated version of yourself. And so, your identity is expanding. Chosen one, as your identity expands, you may find yourself becoming more selective with your attention. You no longer entertain conversations that drain your energy. You no longer give your focus to distractions that pull you off your path. You no longer invest emotion into situations that offer no growth. This selectiveness is not isolation. It is protection. You are protecting your peace because your spirit knows it is rising. You may also begin to feel a new level of emotional independence. Not detachment from others, but connection to yourself. You rely less on external validation. You depend less on others to define your worth. You feel less controlled by opinions, moods, or judgments. This emotional independence is a powerful sign of awakening. It shows that you are grounding yourself within your own energy instead of external situations. Chosen one, the Saturday surprise is not about waiting for something to happen. It is about realizing that it is already happening. Your inner world is shifting in ways you did not expect. Your spirit is strengthening in ways you cannot deny. Your energy is rising in ways you cannot ignore. You are becoming someone who no longer waits for life to change. You are becoming someone who changes from within. This inner transformation is preparing you for the amazing experiences that will align with you, not because of luck, not because of chance, but because of alignment. You are wiser than before. You are calmer than before. You are stronger than before. You are more yourself than ever before. Chosen one, this Saturday surprise is not a moment. It is a transition, a shift, a rising, a renewal. The amazing thing you are stepping into begins inside you first. Chosen one, as this Saturday awakening continues expanding inside you, your perception of life itself begins to shift. You may start noticing patterns you once overlooked. You may become aware of cycles that repeat because you're finally ready to break them. You may see truth in places where you once only saw confusion. This is one of the clearest signs that your inner world is entering a higher level of awareness. When your awareness rises, your entire reality begins to reorganize itself around that new clarity. You see differently, you feel differently, you understand differently, and that shift alone is something truly amazing. You may also begin to sense a change in your emotional reactions. Where you once felt triggered, now you feel understanding. Where you once felt disappointment, now you feel acceptance. Where you once felt overwhelmed, now you feel grounded. This emotional maturity isn't something you forced. It is something that grew from the quiet work your spirit has been doing behind the scenes. You're becoming someone who responds from wisdom, not wounds. Someone who moves from intuition, not insecurity. Someone who acts from alignment, not fear. Chosen one, you may begin noticing that your inner world feels more stable, even if the outer world appears unchanged. This stability is not denial, it is awakening. You are no longer shaken by temporary circumstances because you no longer mistake temporary circumstances for your identity. You feel a deeper sense of self forming, a stronger inner foundation. This foundation is what allows the Saturday surprise to take root. When your spirit is grounded, it becomes fertile soil for amazing things to grow. You may also find yourself developing a deeper connection to your instincts. Decisions feel clearer. Choices feel more aligned. The path ahead feels less foggy. You may not know every detail, but you know the direction. And this knowing brings peace. Intuition becomes a voice you trust without argument. Guidance becomes a presence you recognize without doubt. The more your inner clarity strengthens, the more your outer life begins to align with it. Chosen one, another powerful sign of this awakening is the shift in your priorities. Things that once consumed your energy no longer feel important. Things that once distracted you no longer hold your attention. Things that once controlled your emotions no longer carry the same power. This release happens naturally, because as you rise, your spirit rejects what no longer matches your frequency. Letting go becomes easier, not because you stop caring, but because you start understanding. As this release continues, you may feel drawn toward new desires, not superficial desires, but soul-level ones. You may crave peace, clarity, meaningful connection, purpose-driven action. You may feel a pull toward environments that nourish your energy. You may feel called toward habits that strengthen your spirit. These cravings are aligned with your Saturday awakening. Your spirit is showing you what it needs to continue rising. Chosen one, you may also become more aware of your inner strength. You may reflect on how much you've survived, how much you've healed, how much you've grown. You may realize that the version of you standing here today is stronger than any moment that tried to break you. This recognition is part of your surprise, the realization that you've been becoming amazing without even noticing it. Strength always reveals itself in hindsight, and right now, your strength is becoming undeniable. You may feel a renewed sense of hope, not the fragile hope that fears disappointment, but the grounded hope that comes from awareness. A hope rooted in the understanding that your life is changing because you are changing. A hope that rises from clarity instead of illusions. This hopeful energy is what opens the door for amazing experiences. It shifts your vibration into receptivity. It signals to the universe that you are ready. Chosen one, your Saturday awakening may also show up in the way you interact with the world. You may find yourself becoming more patient, more observant, more intentional. You speak with more care. You listen with more presence. You act with more purpose. This is because your inner world is becoming more aligned. When alignment happens inside, expression changes outside. You carry yourself differently, not louder, but stronger, not heavier, but deeper. You may begin to feel more connected to the present moment. The mind is no longer racing toward the future or replaying the past. You feel yourself settling into now. This presence is powerful. Presence is where your intuition speaks. Presence is where clarity appears. Presence is where the seeds of amazing change begin to grow. This presence is the essence of your Saturday surprise, the moment your spirit becomes fully awake to itself. Chosen one, you may notice that your energy feels different, more peaceful, more grounded, more open. You may even feel lighter in ways you can't explain. This lightness is not escaping reality, it is releasing heaviness. It is the shedding of emotional weight you were never meant to carry into your next chapter. When energy lightens, blessings flow more easily. When the spirit softens, life begins to align. You may also feel drawn to silence, not loneliness, but silence. The kind of silence that allows your spirit to speak louder than your fears. You may crave moments of stillness, moments of solitude, moments of reflection. These moments are part of your awakening. Silence is where revelation happens. Silence is where clarity rises. Silence is where amazing insights finally reach you without interruption. Chosen one, the Saturday surprise that is unfolding is not about sudden fortune or dramatic events. It is about the subtle yet powerful awakening of your inner world. It is about the emergence of a version of you who sees life differently, with wisdom, calmness, clarity, and trust. This inner awakening is the foundation for every amazing thing that will unfold from this point forward. Your spirit is no longer living in survival. Your heart is no longer living in fear. Your mind is no longer trapped in old patterns. You are rising. You are awakening. You are aligning. This is the amazing shift you have been moving toward. And chosen one, it is only getting stronger from here. Chosen one, as this Saturday awakening continues weaving itself through your spirit, you may begin noticing a new level of emotional clarity forming within you. Feelings that once tangled into confusion begin unraveling into understanding. Thoughts that once pulled you in multiple directions begin aligning into a single path. The noise inside your mind becomes quieter, and the voice of your intuition becomes louder. This inner clarity is one of the most powerful aspects of the Saturday surprise, because clarity is what leads you into transformation without hesitation or fear. You may also notice that your reactions to life are changing in subtle yet profound ways. You are less likely to take things personally. You are less likely to be affected by temporary emotions. You are less likely to get swept away by old patterns. Instead, you observe, you breathe, you respond with understanding rather than impulse. This is emotional evolution, the kind that prepares you for the next season of your life by strengthening your inner balance. Chosen one, there may be moments in this awakening where you feel a sudden surge of inspiration, as if a new idea, vision, or possibility has been placed gently into your mind. These inspirations may come when you are quiet, when you are resting, when you are not trying. Inspiration visits stillness more easily than struggle. And the inspiration that comes during this Saturday energy is meaningful. It comes as guidance, as direction, as a spark that reveals where your spirit is leading you. And when it lands, you'll understand that it came not to overwhelm you, but to prepare you for what's coming next.